name's Jenny. I'm a member of SUMA Whole Foods Cooperative based in Elland in West Yorkshire. So I mainly work in the HR team, doing big strategic HR things, but then I also have some roles in the warehouse, my favourite of which is working in the freezer at -20. When SUMA first started, just over 40 years ago now, it was started by two people who then sold the business after about a year to the then workers of the business, and there were 7 workers at the time, and they decided to form a cooperative with some principles such as equal pay and democratic working, and we've been founded on those principles ever since. Members of our cooperative are many and varied, so we have around 170 members at the moment and around another 20 trial members who we hope will become members very soon, and they come from all walks of life, all different backgrounds, and they're all brought together by a want to work cooperatively and work in a little bit of a different way. We wholesale vegetarian, organic, natural food. Our customer base is quite varied. Mainly it's independent UK retailers who buy our products, though we have a growing customer base overseas. Export sales is one of our largest areas of growth, and I think we export to around 69 countries worldwide, if I remember that correctly. And you can find our products in health food shops and whole food shops and lots of independent farm shops and other retailers across the UK too. We do have a marketing strategy. We try to portray a professional but friendly and also ethical and caring image throughout our marketing material and our online presence and our publications. Aside from being a worker-owned cooperative with no bosses and a flat management structure, which is obviously quite unique, we have equal pay across the board, so everybody at SUMA gets paid the same hourly rate, no matter if they've been here since the beginning for 40 years or if they've just come through the door as a student short-term worker helping us out with our order picking, and that's one of our biggest strengths and one of our big unique selling points too. SUMA is the UK's biggest worker-owned cooperative, and it means that we face many unique challenges in our governance because there's nobody else that governs their business like we do, and so every time we grow a little bit more and our governance structures don't work, we have to figure it out and we have to break the new ground of figuring out how that's going to work for us. Other worker co-ops get to copy us a little bit and get to learn from our mistakes, but we're the ones that have to make the mistakes, and that can be a little bit of a challenge too. One of the main challenges is getting lots of people to agree on the same direction for the business. That's not unique to our cooperative. I think many cooperatives face that. It does mean that we make quite sensible, quite safe decisions, so we don't always take big risks, but that's a good thing because we're much more concerned about the longevity of our business and security for the long term than we are about making quick gains and quick wins. HR practice doesn't necessarily align in a cooperative. HR best practice is quite difficult to put into a cooperative setting where there isn't necessarily managers and people taking responsibility when for set groups of people and you're sharing the responsibility equally. That can cause some challenges too. I think we make a very big difference locally, so we're a good employer. We pay above the average rate, especially for the region of the UK that we're in. But I also think we make a bigger difference in the wider community for being a vegetarian company. Selling vegetarian products for 40 years will have had an environmental impact. We do work with local schools and local charities and community organisations, mainly talking about cooperatives and environmental issues, but I think there's always more that we can be done, and I think that's something that we are striving to do too, is to make a bigger difference in our local and wider community. Generally, there's lots of good things that come out of being a cooperative too, as well as some of the difficult struggles that you experience with growing pains. And hopefully, by us making lots of mistakes and learning from them, we make it easier for other co-ops to not make those mistakes as they grow too.